Welcome to Horror Dreams story, Terlingua. The ghosts beneath the dust, in the late 1800s. The land around Terlingua gave birth to something valuable. Quicksilver beta, known as mercury. The mercury rush brought hundreds of men into the scorching desert, and a company town was born overnight. Adobe homes were built, saloon doors swung open. A general store buzzed with activity. At its peak, Terlingua produced over 1,000 flasks of mercury per month. But with riches came death. Mercury is a poison silent, invisible, and cruel. The miners worked in enclosed shafts, breathing in mercury vapor, absorbing it through their skin, and drinking from contaminated wells. They didn't realize the danger until it was far too late. Hallucinations, tremors, madness, death. They called it miners' madness. The old-timers say the desert didn't just kill them, it kept them. The company buried the sick quietly, no headstones, no goodbyes. Unmarked graves dot the land like forgotten warnings. Some say they weren't buried at all, just dumped in the mine shafts or left in shallow pits under the hot sun. The wind began to change. Visitors noticed it first. Hikers spoke of voices on the breeze, soft at first, whispers, then crying. Others claimed to see shadows moving between the ruins, long after the last resident had gone. A local historian once said, "It's not the dead that haunt Terlingua, it's the lies they were buried under." Just past the last rusted fence lies the Terlingua Cemetery, a field of crooked wooden crosses, some leaning like tired bones, others missing altogether. Locals report strange lights at night, small blue orbs that float from grave to grave. But it's not the lights that terrify them, it's the silence. One visitor recalled, "It was dead quiet, and then I heard footsteps behind me. When I turned around, nothing, just a broken cross, and the feeling that someone was standing right behind me, breathing on my neck." Another heard a whisper, just one word, "Stay." At the heart of Terlingua stands the entrance to the Chizo's mine. Once a symbol of prosperity, now it gapes open like a wound. They say something lives in there. In 1939, a tunnel collapse killed 3 men. Their bodies were never recovered. Miners claimed to hear screaming, afterward muffled cries beneath the rocks, as if the earth hadn't finished with them. In 1986, a photographer entered the mine with a friend. Only one came back. He never spoke again. When asked what happened, he just shook his head and muttered, "They're still in there, all of them." It said the desert holds memories longer than the people who lived in it. And Terlingua remembers everything. Don't win the sun sets behind the canyons. The wind picks up. Not enough to howl, just enough to whisper. That's when it starts. People hear names, spoken clearly. They hear boots walking on gravel. Sometimes a figure appears on the horizon, wearing an old miner's helmet. His face burned black, and his eyes glowed white. He never gets closer. But if you stay long enough, you'll start to hear your own name whispered in the wind. And when that happens, it's already too late. Today, tourists visit Terlingua. They take photos, sip cold beer at the restored saloon, post on social media with hashtags like #GhostTownVibes. They don't know what lies beneath their feet. They don't know the bones still, buried in the hills. The spirits remain quiet most of the time, but every once in a while, someone goes missing. A camper van was abandoned, a hiker's bag found full of dust, camera still recording, but no one to hold it. And every single time, it starts with a whisper, the whisper of the wind in Terlingua. *, not all ghost towns are truly dead. Some sleep, some forget. But Terlingua remembers. The dust remembers. The dead remember.